Imagine you lost everything tomorrow. No savings, no job, no safety net. Just you, starting from zero. Most people would panic, but I'd smile, because I know exactly how I'd build my first $10,000 back. And by the end of this video, so will you. Here's the first thing to understand. Broke people look for money. Rich people look for problems. Because every problem is something somebody will pay you to solve. So on day one, I wouldn't go hunting for a job. I'd go hunting for a problem. Most people, when they're broke, sit and wait. They wait for the perfect idea. They wait to feel ready, but ready never comes. So I'd start ugly. I'd walk my own street and offer to do the work nobody wants. Cleaning, hauling, yard work. Cash in hand today. Broke thinking says, that's beneath me. Rich thinking says, that's my seed money. Because the first goal isn't 10,000, the first goal is 100. Just $100. Once you prove you can make 100 from nothing, something in your brain changes forever. Now here's where most people go wrong. They get that first bit of money and they spend it. A little treat. They earned it, right? But that's exactly the trap. Broke people spend what they earn, rich people plant what they earn. So every dollar I made, I'd split in two. Half to live, half to grow. With the half that grows, I wouldn't buy stuff. I'd buy leverage, a $10 tool, a used ladder, anything that lets me charge more for the same hour. Broke people trade time for money. Rich people trade money for tools that make their time worth more. Next, I'd stop being the best-kept secret in town. Most people do good work quietly, then wonder why nobody calls. So I'd ask every single customer one simple question. Who else do you know that needs this? One happy customer becomes 3. 3 becomes 10. That's not luck, that's just asking. By now I might have a few $100s and a handful of regulars. And this is where broke thinking whispers, okay, you can relax now. But rich thinking leans in. So I'd raise my prices. Not by a lot, just enough to sting a little, because the people who value you will stay. And the ones who leave were never really your customers. Then I'd do the thing almost nobody does. I'd write down what's working, the exact words that got me a yes. The service people paid the most for. Broke people rely on memory. Rich people build a system. Because a system is something you can repeat. And anything you can repeat, you can grow. Somewhere around the halfway mark, the work gets boring. And this is the real test. Broke people quit when it stops being exciting. Rich people keep going when it stops being exciting. Boredom isn't a stop sign. It's proof the system is working. So I'd reinvest again. Maybe I pay someone to do the part I hate. Maybe I spend a weekend learning one skill that doubles what I can charge. Every move guided by a single question. Does this buy me more time or more money? And if I'm lucky, both. And slowly, almost quietly, it adds up. 100 becomes 1,000. 1,000 becomes 5. 5 becomes 10. Not from one big lucky break, from 100 small, boring, repeatable decisions. Here's the part I really want you to hear. The $10,000 was never the point. The point is who you become while earning it. Because the broke version of you waited, doubted, and spent. The rich version of you started ugly, planted every dollar, and kept going when it got boring. You don't need money to start. You need a different way of seeing. Broke people see obstacles. Rich people see openings. And the beautiful part is, that's a choice. One you can make today. Right now. With nothing in your pocket but a decision. So let me ask you this. If you woke up tomorrow with nothing, what problem would you go and solve first? Really think about it. Because that answer right there is worth a lot more than $10,000.